Hello again. My name is Gabe Zolna. This is the 17th of May, 2017. Caught a little bit of the news. Saw Elijah Cummings. He's all unglued. Yeah, we need to subpoena the White House. We need to subpoena the White House. And they're talking about this memo. Now, we don't know if it was in written form or if it was typed out in his computer. His meaning the previous FBI Director, James Comey. You know, there's nothing worse than someone that's been scorned, and Comey was humiliated in front of the entire world. So it's a lot more than just being scorned. Now, here's a few things I want you to sort of think about. We know that Comey was in California when he was terminated by President Trump. We assume, therefore, that he wasn't given direct access to his office shortly thereafter or ever at all. Typically, his office would have been cleaned out, the material would have been reviewed and gone through, and then turned over to him based on whether or not it belonged to him or belonged to the government. So, where did that supposed memo reside? Was it in his own documents at home? That's something that needs to be addressed and answered. Now, I just read an interesting article on Gateway Pundit, and I'm going to provide you with most of what it contains, because if I don't, the continuity won't be there. But again, before I do that, you want to listen to what the media is doing, all the media, including Speaker Paul Ryan. They're all over it. You know, they're just all over it. Now, what's amazing is when President Barack Hussein Obama committed treason on tape, on a hot mic, talking about a missile defense system, telling the Russian president at that time, tell Vladimir that I'll have more latitude once this election's behind me. If that isn't blatant treason, what the hell is? Huh? Even if President Trump made those comments to James Comey, that isn't an act of treason. He could have made those comments to a friend to try to protect a friend. But what he said, I hope you can see your way clear to letting this go. We don't even know if he said that. That supposedly was a note. Again, was it handwritten? Was it at the home of the previous FBI director? Real convenient, is it not? If it wasn't in his office, and if it was at home, and if it was handwritten. All right, let's go to the article. It was posted by Jim Hoft, H-O-F-T, on May the 17th. This is May the 17th. Title, Oops, if Comey memo is real and he held it and did not turn it over, he may be prosecuted. Fox News legal expert Greg Jarrett argued Tuesday that if James Comey obstructed justice and held on to a memo of the president asking him to end an investigation, then Comey could be prosecuted. Quote, 3 months ago, the then FBI director met with President Trump following their private conversation. Comey did what he always does. He wrote a memorandum to himself, memorializing the conversation. Good lawyers do that routinely. Again, did he do it handwritten? Did he do it on his iPad? Did he do it? I have no idea how he did it. Now, only after Comey was fired, the memo magically surfaces in an inflammatory New York Times report, which alleges that Mr. Trump asked Comey to end the Michael Flynn investigation. Those who don't know the first thing about the law immediately began hurling words like, quote, obstruction of justice, high crimes and misdemeanors, and impeachment. Typically, these people don't know what they don't know. Here's what we do know. Under the law, Comey is required to immediately inform the Department of Justice of any attempt to obstruct justice by any reason, even the President of the United States. Failure to do so would result in criminal charges against Comey, 18 U.S.C. 4 and 28 U.S.C. 1361. He would also, upon sufficient proof, lose his license to practice law. Now, we've heard Comey rattle off the law countless times, haven't we? So you'd think he'd know this as well, wouldn't he? So if Comey believed Trump attempted to obstruct justice, did he comply with the law by reporting it to the DOJ? If not, it calls into question whether the events occurred as the Times reported. You see how they sort of got caught in their own rat trap? Huh? Bottom line is that if Trump did say that to Comey, once again, under the law, Comey is required to immediately inform the Department of Justice of any attempt to obstruct justice by any person, even the President of the United States. So, the other thing that's really interesting, and I've spoken about this in previous videos as well, you've got the senator, Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah. And what does Chucky say? Well, yeah, they fired Comey, yeah. Well, Chucky, you couldn't stand Comey. You thought that he did the wrong thing when he opened up the investigation on Hillary. Huh? They all unloaded on Comey. They all wanted Comey's head. And when Trump delivers his head, now they want Trump's head. Absolutely insane. We'll see how this thing unfolds. None of it is doing the Democrats any good. That's sort of what I think. And you darn well know why I think what I think. Don't you? Thanks for listening.